Hello and welcome to Game Changers this morning. Apologies for some technical difficulties. Today I have Carolyn Groothoff visiting with us as usual, and she is here to chat about a breathwork workshop she recently went to. Just one second, let me invite her to come on up. Hi, Carolyn. How are you?
Hello, good morning. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's great
Yeah,
to
it's
have
great
you
to
back.
be back.
I can't wait to hear about your experience.
One word, amazing. So I went to the Radical Health Festival in Helsinki. It's a yearly festival where they have all healthcare practitioners come together. And the main topic this year was looking at health more in a holistic way.
Mm.
And also looking at longevity, women's health, but being open to also exploring some other modalities. So I was there as the breathwork facilitator. I had the honor to open the festival. And even the Finnish Minister of Health was there, and she was practicing the breathwork with us. And there were about 1,500 people in the room. And this was the first time that I've seen medical professionals really be so open to trying these new modalities. And going forward, I'm also going to be working together with a Love Air Foundation based in Spain, where they help people with respiratory problems to also see what like breath work could do for them. So there's a big conference in Barcelona in September. So that's going to be very interesting. And especially the first session that we did, we used the circular breath work, which really helps you ground and arrive in the moment. And that was fantastic to see how much comments I got afterwards, to really see people came there, of course, traveling still with their to-do list or their emails, and really having to ground to that space and open themselves up to all the new experiences and the new connections that they were going to make. So that
Yeah,
was really great.
one thing I was thinking about of knowing that we were going to have this conversation was it kind of exactly what you were alluding to, that especially for people who are listening to this show that tend to be solopreneurs or running leaders in business, a big challenge on the day to day is just stress, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's coming from conflict or deadlines or a variety of challenges that leaders meet every single day, right? And I've actually been thinking about this myself just because of some changes in my own life, how challenging it is to sort of integrate that larger awareness of the oneness of all things and our higher self, as we say in PQ, that our
Yeah.
sage self, into our day-to-day experience of our responsibilities, whether it's work or family or the variety of things that we're committed to during the day. And so I just wondered if there were things that you learned that could be helpful with that.
Yeah, what I love about breath work is that you get immediate response on your nervous system. So it's more nervous system regulation, where you can use the breath to create more energy or calm yourself down. Indeed, when you have stress or when you need to take a big decision or you're stepping into an important meeting or presenting a project, what is it that you need in that moment? I was trained as a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher as well. But meditation takes a lot longer. And in our busy professional lives, we don't have time to sit on a meditation cushion for an hour and meditate. And using your breath and just connecting inward, just sitting for a moment, like one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just taking, even if it's just 10 breaths deep in and out through the nose, you will already notice a switch in your nervous system, in that you feel calmer, more grounded. And that also helps get rid of the brain fog, which
Mm-hmm.
means that you're better able to listen, to make decisions. And again, you'll get the response from your body so quickly. And that's what we saw in the room as well, that people said, hey, I really felt that. So again, in meditation, it takes longer. I sometimes work with these electrodes that you can measure your brain waves so that people can see the results. There's this one where you can collect birds. So if your brain is really calming down and going more to that theta state, you can collect a lot of birds. And otherwise, you hear the wind or the rain. It's like, okay, I'm not in the right level. But still, it's more complicated than just your breath. You always have it with you. We breathe every moment of every day. It's actually, we take 23,000 breaths a day, but 99.9% of those are subconscious. So
Mm-hmm.
this is just bringing more consciousness to something that we do constantly, and then seeing what the positive effect is also on your overall well-being, your health, your mood, and a mental state.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing that I have found, and as you know, this is something that I teach also in my workshops, is that having some sort of daily practice of tai chi or yoga or meditation or a combination of those three, where you're doing it even just for 10 minutes a day, builds a type of resilience that you then can draw on during those types of days that we're talking about, or any days, right? So some of us
Yeah.
have jobs where stress is a constant friend. So I'm wondering if there's a, a version of breath work that, for instance, someone could incorporate into their morning routine, or maybe even later in the day, that would be effective as just like a short daily routine.
So there is a nice one that you can do in the morning is where you take 2 inhales through the nose. So, and then you sort of sigh out. So this gets rid of all the stale air that might still be in your body from during the night. And exhaling is very important to the whole breathing process. And what we see when we say dysregulated breathing, that now nearly 80 to 90% of the population have, is that we're breathing very shallow. So we're only using the upper part of our chest and we're not exhaling fully. And that
Mm,
exhale is so important to also make sure that the cells can absorb oxygen, because if there's still that carbon dioxide there, that's not working. So you need that carbon dioxide to absorb the oxygen. But if you exhale it too quickly and not fully, we can't use it optimally.
mm,
So that breath 2 in and long out helps get rid of that stale energy. Then another easy one to do, which I love to do before I go into a meeting or a client session, is the box breathing. So you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then you hold for 4 again. So that's what I do during the day, before meetings, before calls. And then at the end of the day, to relax my body, it's you lengthen the exhale. So you start with 2 in, 4 out, then you go to 3 in, 6 out, 4 in, 8 out, 5
mm.
in, 10 out.
And are you exhaling through your nose or your mouth?
The best is through the nose in normal breathing. Here, if you do it relaxed, you will also use the nose. If you want to go to the more popular now holotropic breath work, where you come in sort of an alternate state, then you start using the mouth. The one for the morning breath, there you use the mouth on the exhale so that you can also make a sound. And that sound sounds similar to when you hear yourself or someone else having a sigh. That's actually the body's natural way of releasing some of the excess energy.
Mm.
So our body at some point already knows what to do. Here is again, you're just bringing more consciousness to the breath that's normally unconscious and seeing how you can play with it.
And what are some of the benefits of that?
Again, you're stimulating your vagus nerve that connects your brain to your lungs, to your heart, to your gut. So that's all connected, and that's actually signaling to your body you're safe and it's okay to relax. So
Mm.
it's taking us out of that fight or flight state that most of us are in if we're exhibiting stress or just running around. Like breathing from the belly and breathing in deeply in and out through the nose. If you do it the way they say is optimal, it's 5 to 6 breaths a minute. That's a lot slower than any of us normally breathe.
How interesting.
Yeah.
So, I know it's a little tricky because this is audio only, but would you take us through maybe a short breathing exercise that we could then do on our own in moments of need throughout the day?
Yes. Let's try the box breathing, and then at the end I can do the little bit longer one. And let me see if, well, normally I do it with music to see if I have some just handy, if that could
That would be great.
really
Sorry
make
to
it.
put you on the spot like this. As you can see, folks, this was not pre-prepared.
No, but because I just came from the event, I know I have some good music ready.
Wonderful. Yes, I love the idea of being able to incorporate these kind of tools into our day.
Can you hear the music?
Yep.
Good. So in, 2, 3, 4, and now hold for 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold it 2, 3, 4, and inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4, and hold 2, 3, 4. Now come back into your natural rhythm and place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart and just turn inwards and see what has shifted for you since before we started to now. And do a little scan from the top of your head to your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your lungs, your heart, your belly, top of your legs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. And then back up again and see if there's any blockages still, anything that you can breathe into to let it flow more freely. And just back up through the legs, the knees, the upper part of the legs, your hips, your belly, your heart, your lungs, your shoulders, your neck, and back up to the crown of your head. And just do that 2 more times while you're breathing in deeply. And just let any blockages or any stress you still feel just dissolve and melt away. Lovely. So this is a breath I also do with students before they go into exams to just help them, again, release the stress, be very calm when they go in, get rid of the brain fog, and then set them up for success. And mostly, if you do 5 rounds of this or 10 rounds, you will start to see the difference immediately.
Yeah, even with just that, I mean, I feel much calmer. And honestly, I had all of these things going through my mind, things that I need to do, tasks for my to-do list, and now I feel much more centered and focused. So even just that short of time was really effective.
Yeah.
Thanks for leading us in that, Carolyn. Appreciate it.
And even for people that I coach that are looking for a career move before they go into an interview, it's an easy one that you can do if even if you're waiting for reception, or just walk to the bathroom and do it there. It's quick, and you can do it without other people really noticing what is happening. This is also a good one for people that have anxiety, to when they have to go into large groups of people and they feel the anxiety coming up, to use this box breathing.
Yeah, I can see it also being effective, like if you are preparing for a difficult conversation, or going into a tense situation. I can see doing this kind of breathing ahead of time being really effective in bringing you into a more centered space before you engage in that kind of interaction. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Especially if you think, oh, I might get triggered, then
Mm-hmm.
it's a good one to,
Right.
uh, yeah. And even just placing your hand on your belly in situations, on conversations that you might get triggered, so that you actually sort of signal to yourself, keep breathing deeply, keep grounding, keep being present,
Mm-hmm.
instead of shooting up into the brain where it goes and run circles around all the things. That you can be present and really hear what is going on. Why is that triggering me? How can I step out of getting triggered so that I can respond from a more healthy place?
Yeah, beautiful. So you talked a little bit earlier about some work that you do with electrodes that actually give you evidence-based information for what's happening in your brain when you're doing this kind of breath work. Is that right?
Yeah, it's called a Muse headband. And again, with the sounds, you get the response directly to see if your brain patterns are coming more into that relaxed state. So going
Hmm.
from alpha to beta to theta state.
Is that
And
something anybody can get and test?
yeah, you can buy the Muse headband and you download an app, and there it has some meditations, so guided meditations, and again the response, like, am I collecting the birds, or again, am I in the rainforest and do I hear birds and sort of sunlight, or do I hear a storm and a heavy rain? If you hear the heavy rain, you know that you are still in the alpha state. And I used to make a game out of it with my husband to see who collected most birds on a day.
Oh, way to make it competitive.
Okay, getting competitive on the, and
Right into that
especially for like,
hyperachiever.
yeah, exactly, the hyperachiever got the better of us. But especially for more analytical people that want to see the result of having meditated, this is a good way to do that.
Yeah. So it's called Muse, Muse,
Yes.
and it's just an app that you download off
Yeah.
your app store. Wow, that's
Yeah,
really
and then the
interesting.
electrodes. So you need to buy the
Oh, right,
headband
right.
with the electrodes.
Okay. All right, but
Um,
that's something you could just buy anywhere, basically.
yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Thanks for sharing about that. Wow.
We sometimes use it in corporate spaces if I come to do a workshop before they go into a meeting. And then again, they have that sort of gaming element to say, like, how was that? And then also, the moment you are collecting those birds, what else are you feeling in the body so that you start recognize it, even if you don't have the muse and the app, if you can get into that same state of feeling and relaxation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Interesting. Hmm. Well, thanks so much, Carolyn. Gosh, you've shared such great stuff with us today. Is there anything else that you experienced at the workshop that you wanted to tell us about?
Another thing that I brought along were essential oils and to use that during the breath work. And we had one essential oil with citrus for more energy, and then a
Mm.
one with more rosemary that was more for focus. And then for the evening session, lavender, because that helps you sleep. So in some of the sessions with my clients that say we create a toolkit and have them use some essential oils and just have those in your purse that whenever you need them, you have them handy.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah.
Especially if you travel a lot and you sleep in hotels, a bit of lavender and making it your own is really, really helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love the idea of citrus as you're doing that breath work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Carolyn. What a great morning we've had together.
Yeah, and again, remember you breathe every moment of every day. Just bringing a little bit more consciousness to that breath can already make such a difference, and not only in your health but also in your longevity. So, how long are we going to live, and how do we experience the moment that we are in then, with more
Yes,
joy, with more presence?
exactly. Exactly. How does it change how we show up every day and how we
Yeah.
feel in that showing up? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. These are the kind of